Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rudy McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. During his customary Sunday Angelus, the Holy Father Pope Francis once again made a heartfelt plea for peace in war-torn Ukraine and for humanitarian corridors for those who are fleeing conflict zones. He made this appeal while addressing some 25,000 pilgrims who had gathered in St. Peter's Square. Some among the crowd were seen waving Ukrainian flags, condemning the violence in strong terms. The pontiff said, "Rivers of blood and tears are flowing in Ukraine. It is not merely a military operation, but a war which sows death, destruction and misery." The head of the Ukrainian Catholic Church, Major Archbishop Sviatoslav Shevchuk, also made an appeal on Saturday for humanitarian corridors to help refugees move to safer places and cross the border. The pontiff also thanked all nations who are accepting Ukrainian refugees. Meanwhile, the Holy See also dispatched the papal almoner Cardinal Konrad Krajewski and the interim prefect for the dicastery for promoting integral human development, Cardinal Michael Czerny, to Ukraine to distribute aid. As the Russian invasion in Ukraine continues, the US Commission on International Religious Freedom has voiced fears over the safety of religious minorities in the Eastern European nation. The chair of the commission, Nadine Maenza, told Fox News that the aftermath of the fighting in Ukraine will most likely be on religious terms. She said Russia's brutal and unprovoked invasion is destroying lives, separating families and devastating communities across the country. Ms. Maenza added that there is a chance of violations of religious freedom due to Russia terrorising minorities in occupied Crimea and Donbass. The Commission has warned that apart from non-Christians, even members of smaller Christian denominations, such as Catholics, Protestants and other Orthodox churches, are at risk in Ukraine. The Catholic bishops of Florida have welcomed the progress of a 15-week abortion ban by the state legislature. Applauding the pro-life move by the Senate, the Florida Conference of Catholic Bishops addressed the bill as an incremental yet important piece of progress. On the 3rd of March, the Florida Senate passed legislation banning abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. The HB 5 bill, put forth by Erin Groll, will now go to Governor Ron DeSantis, who reiterated his willingness to sign the bill as recently as Friday, the 4th of March. The pro-life bill, which reportedly has provisions to improve the newborn's health, as well as to study and prevent fetal and neonatal deaths, is expected to come into effect on July the 1st. The bill prohibiting abortion after 15 weeks of gestation requires 2 doctors to approve an abortion, and also provides provision only when the mother's health is at risk or in cases of fetal deformity. Under the existing statute, abortion is legal for up to 24 weeks of pregnancy. The House passed the bill in February, following hours of debate. The former president of the Vatican's administration of the Patrimony of the Apostolic See and veteran diplomat Cardinal Agostino Cacciavillan passed away on Saturday, February the 5th, at the age of 95. His funeral was held in St. Peter's Basilica on Monday, March the 7th, under the auspices of Dean of the College of Cardinals Giovanni Battista Re, with the funeral oration being delivered by Pope Francis. Born on August the 14th in 1926 in Novale di Valdagno in Vicenza, Italy, he was ordained a priest on June the 26th, 1949. After training at the Pontifical Ecclesiastical Academy, he joined the Holy See's Diplomatic Corps. It was on February the 28th in 1976 that he received episcopal ordination, with Pope St. John Paul II elevating him into the Sacred College of Cardinals on February the 21st in 2001. He also took part in the conclave that elected Pope Benedict XVI in April in 2005. May he rest in peace. On May the 15th, the Vatican will witness the first canonization ceremony since the outbreak of the coronavirus 2 years ago. The Holy Father Pope Francis will raise to the altars Dutch Carmelite martyr Blessed Titus Brandsma, along with 6 others. It was during an ordinary consistory held on March the 4th that the Holy Father announced the decision to canonize Brandsma and the 6 other candidates. An ordinary consistory is the final procedure before canonization, and it was held after the recital of terce from the Liturgy of the Hours. Blessed Brandsma was a professor and journalist who was active in Catholic emancipation during the Nazi occupation. His writings opposed Nazi race theory and totalitarianism. He was taken by the Nazi police in 1942 and taken to Dachau concentration camp after being labelled as a dangerous person. The last time a canonization took place in the Vatican was in October in 2019, when Blessed John Henry Newman and 4 other candidates were declared as saints. On Tuesday, Pope Francis appointed Bishop Louis Tilka as the 9th Bishop of the Diocese of Peoria in the United States. The coadjutor bishop replaces Bishop Daniel Jenke, who stepped down after turning 75, the canonical age of retirement for prelates. Bishop Jenke served Peoria for 2 decades. In his parting letter to believers, Bishop Jenke said his successor has selflessly given himself in service to the people of the diocese since he was ordained as a priest. He said that he was confident of Bishop Tilka becoming a loving and dedicated shepherd. A native of Harvey in Illinois, Bishop Tilka was ordained in 1996 for the Archdiocese of Chicago, and he was consecrated bishop 18 months ago. Ad multos annos to the new bishop. Reassuring their solidarity with people in the war-torn country of Ukraine, European bishops have urged the faithful to offer their sacrifices and prayers in a Lenten season to God, praying for an end to the violence. Following a meeting on March the 4th, the presidents and vice-presidents of the Catholic Bishops' Conferences of England and Wales, Ireland and Scotland jointly issued a statement appealing to the faithful to respond to the appeals of aid and support for those fleeing. In the statement, the prelates asked to, quote, sustain the prayer and self-denial of Lent as a constant offering to God, begging for an end to the pointless violence in Ukraine. Furthermore, the prelates also called Patriarch Kirill and members of the Russian Orthodox Church to join in daily spiritual and practical efforts for a ceasefire, for humanitarian outreach, and the silencing and laying down of weapons. They further urged the Irish and Scottish governments to welcome refugees fleeing their homeland. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.